Greetings from just outside of Boston, Massachusetts, and welcome to Disruption 2020. Our sponsors for today's event are Get Abstract and MIT Sloan Executive Education. I'm Paul Michelman, Editor-in-Chief of MIT Sloan Management Review, and I'm delighted to be joined by my co-host for today's event, Karen Dillon. Karen has worn several hats during her highly distinguished career, including editor of Harvard Business Review magazine, and co-author of 3 books with the late Clayton Christensen, including How Will You Measure Your Life and The Prosperity Paradox. Karen was the guest editor of the special spring issue of Sloan Management Review, dedicated to the present and future of disruption. Welcome, Karen.
Thanks, Paul. Glad to be here today. I just wanted to say we started working on this special issue nearly a year ago this coming summer, when the world looked very different than it did today. Perhaps most significantly was the fact that Clay was alive, and though he was struggling with some health issues, he was very excited about the idea of asking some of the world-class thinkers we published in this issue to think about the concept of disruption for Sloan Management Review. His theory of disruptive innovation was originally published more than 2 decades ago, and even Clay would have told you it's evolved a lot since then. The basic idea for this issue was, what do we know now about disruption, strategy, and people resources that can help guide companies for the next 2 decades? That's the question we posed to the speakers who will join us today.
Thanks, Karen. Okay, here's how the next several hours will go. Each of our speakers will join us for about 30 minutes to discuss the key findings and takeaways from their most recent work on disruption, with special attention paid to their work's relevance to these extremely disruptive times. Karen and I will trade off hosting each conversation. We welcome your questions for our panelists. To submit questions, please enter them anytime in the questions module on the GoToWebinar control panel. We'll answer as many questions as time permits. To view captions for the event, use the link sloanreview.mit.edu/disruption-captions. For caption support or tech issues, call 800-590-4203. If you encounter audio or other difficulties during today's program, please follow the instructions in the questions module. About a week after the event, all participants will receive a special summary report of today's proceedings.